Alright, hello War Gamers, welcome back to another Let's Play video. This is now the winter of 1940. We're continuing this kind of transitionary period where there isn't much action going on. The fighting in France already took place, but we're now building up for the year 1941. And so let's continue the log file. We're going to go through the winter of 1940 and prepare for summer 1941, which should be a pretty exciting, or rather pretty intense period of the conflict. And so we'll start the turn with the Soviet side. Since it's the winter turn, the Soviets have the initiative. And right now, Moscow, the Stavka that we have at Moscow is at level 2, so we're going to pass for the Soviets. And with that, we'll switch over to the Axis. And let's just go ahead and get this flow going. And so right now, the main objective for the Axis is to basically build up our forces as much as we can on the Eastern Front. But first, we need to neutralize Yugoslavia and Greece to do anything like that. And so we're going to continue mobilizing forces, transferring units over, and see how the fighting goes, basically. I think we should declare war on Yugoslavia as soon as possible. So I think we'll wait until the next January turn for a diplomatic event, and then we'll get Yugoslavia to join. We'll see if Yugoslavia joins the Axis or not. But irrelevant to what happens, we're going to wait until January to do one more diplomatic event to see if we can get Yugoslavia to join the Axis, and if that event fails, we basically declare war on Yugoslavia and we'll proceed to invade Yugoslavia. So with that, we'll go ahead and activate these HQs. I'll go ahead and activate OKW and OKH. And now with OKW, it's going to be disrupted because it is mud. It's actually mud on the Western Front. And so it's going to be disrupted HQ, so it's going to be reduced by 1 CV. So it's actually a level 2, meaning that we have 4 supreme moves that we can do. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is do 2 supreme moves in the Northern Front and move this detail HQ from Namsos across the Norwegian Sea, then the Nordkap Sea, and then we're going to deploy it into Tromsø. There's 2 strategic moves, and then we have 2 left. We're going to keep moving more units from the Western Front to the Eastern Front. And I think the unit that I'm going to move is Army Group North. I think we're going to go ahead and move one of these armored units over to the Eastern Front. So I'll go ahead and put a strategic marker on this Panzer Corps. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I guess we'll leave it there. So it's still not located in it's not in the right position, but we are making progress. For OKW, we're going to go ahead and move these 2 Panzer Corps located in Stuttgart, and we're going to go ahead and move these units over to Western Romania. And we're going to have it bordering Yugoslavia with the intention of invading Yugoslavia, maybe not on the next turn, but the turn after that. So let's do that. Let's activate strategic markers for these 2 units. And we'll go ahead and move them strategically, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll do 2 more strategic moves for each unit. So a total of 4 strategic moves. And we're going to move 1 into Timisoara, and then we'll move the other Panzer Corps to Craiova, like so. So that's 4 strategic moves spent. We have 2 more for OKH. And I think what we're going to do is move one of these Panzer Corps. Actually, what we probably should do is move this infantry unit. Probably just strengthen the Western Front. So I think what I'll do is move this 25th militia corps, and I'm going to move it going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Move it to Bayonne, and then we got one more strategic move. I think we're going to go ahead and move this infantry unit and move it to Saint Lo, like that. I think that's what we're going to do. And I think that's going to be it for our moves for OKH. Cherbourg is a fortress unit, so it has triple defense. That's pretty strong. But the idea is we want to deny the British any ability to occupy France. And I probably want to do a few more adjustments. But I think we're looking pretty good right now. I'm thinking maybe we move it to Brest. It doesn't make too much of a difference. But yeah, we definitely want to. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still have a number of strategic moves to spend to get our units in position for Operation Barbarossa. But for now, I think that's all we're going to do for the Axis. Did we do a diplomatic event? We did not do a diplomatic event for the Axis. We're going to have to wait until next turn to do that. But then we'll go ahead and deactivate OKW. And then we're going to move it via rail back to Berlin. So that's going to be it for the Axis. Deactivate OKH. Any other moves we want to do in the Mediterranean front? I mean, we could move some more units over. I don't think we actually even did production for the Axis. I think we forgot. So what I'll do is I'll save the production. I'll save that dice roll for the next turn. But I think we forgot to do Axis production in the Mediterranean front. We did the transfer, but we didn't actually spend it. So this marker, we'll move it to January, and this will indicate Mediterranean front. It's going to be 2 dice rolls, and we'll see how much production we get in the Mediterranean front. So that's it for the Axis. We'll switch over to the Allies, really the British, and we're going to see what the British are able to spend. So their HQ is under strength, so I think the British are going to pass on this turn. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and pass on the British. But the strategic objective for the British is to neutralize Ethiopia so that the southern flank is protected, so that this strait from Aden to Somaliland is secure. So we want to neutralize Ethiopia before we make our move on Libya. So we're going to do that. Move on to the next fortnight. The Soviets are going to pass, the Axis are going to pass, and the British are going to pass. So we'll go ahead and now do the production for January 1941. Looking at the Allied production, there is no reinforcements for January 1941. Now their production on the Western Front is, I believe it's at 12, and we saved 12 from last turn, so we're at 24 production. So we're going to go ahead and build up this British HQ. It's going to be at level 2 now, so we spent 10. We have 14 left to build, and we're probably just going to build up these these ground units. Maybe build up. I think we should build up this HQ, build it up at full strength, and then go ahead and build up an infantry. We'll build up this infantry unit here. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that's it for the British. Oh, we got to do Mediterranean front production for the British. We roll 3 dice for that. 1 for every 5 production points. So we total get 11 production points. And what I'll go ahead and do is build up this theater HQ by 5, and then build up one of the infantry by 5 as well. So I think we'll go ahead and build up this Anzac group over here. And that's going to cost 6 production points. So that's a total of 11. Then we'll switch over to the Axis and do the Axis production. No diplomatic. We'll do a diplomatic event, but for the Soviets. Now for Axis production, their production I think is at 90, or excuse me, is at 82. So we'll go ahead and build these 2 units here. So that's going to bring us down to 62. Build up this mech unit. It's going to put us down to 56. So 56 divided by 4 is 14 steps of infantry that we can build up. So we probably want to focus on some of these weaker infantry units. So we'll go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 16 production points. So we have 10 steps, basically 40 production points left to build. And I'm thinking we will probably focus on armored units and infantry. So I'll go ahead and build up any remaining infantry. Build up these 2. So we got 8 steps left. Let's see, what else? I think with 8 steps, we'll probably focus on building up armored units. So this one will be 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, meaning we have 2 more infantry to build up. And I think we'll go ahead and probably fortify Dieppe. And then also fortify Denmark, like so. And that's going to be it for the Axis. We'll do the Mediterranean front production. We're going to roll 4 dice because we saved 10 from the last turn. And now we have 10 on this turn. So that's, 1 die for every 5 production points. And so we've got 10 production points in total. We'll go ahead and build up this infantry unit, which costs 6. Go ahead and build up this militia unit, which costs 4. And that's going to be it for Axis production. As far as Axis reinforcements go, in January we do get a new unit, a new HQ. Go ahead and deploy that in Paris. It's going to be Army Group E. It's going to be responsible for protecting the Western Front, rather. And then I think, what else? I think that's it for the Axis production. We'll now switch over to the Soviets. And the Soviet production is now going to be, it's at 38. Plus 20, we're at 58 production points for the Soviets. We're going to do the diplomatic event, S2 reforms, which is basically the same as S1, except this time the HQs are going to be lowered to 10 production points rather than 15 production points. So the diplomatic event is, let's see where that is. S2, Soviets complete Red Army reforms. S1 occurred in a previous season, and then we got to roll a 1 or a 2. We roll a 3, so it fails, but maybe next turn we'll get it. And so this is going to be January of 40, and it's a fail. I think we're going to go ahead and spend production anyways on Soviets. We won't spend it on HQs, but we will spend it on ground units. So we have 58 production points. That's quite a bit. Let's see if we get any Soviet reinforcements as well. And we do get a new infantry unit. We'll put this unit in Kishinev. And all we need to now put is 1 more unit here, and we've secured the border against Romania. And now we have to build up our ground units. Let's go ahead and build up this armored units. Actually, we're going to build up these 2 armored units. So from 58 down to 42. And then keep building up these mech units. That's 6 apiece. We're going to build up 3. So that's going to be 18 production points. So 42 minus 18 is, I believe, 24 production points remaining. And I think we'll focus on infantry builds. Go 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, that's 12. Let's build this guy up. 16, we have 8 left. And I think that with that remaining 8, we'll probably build up this armored unit here in Minsk. So we really need to move units around for sure. We have a lot of Soviet units to move around. I think we still have time. But with that, we'll go ahead and start the turn. The Soviets are going to pass the turn. Oh, we forgot Axis diplomatic events. And the diplomatic event I want to do for the Axis is going to be YX. Let's see here. It's called YX. Yugoslavia joins the Axis. Now, we're going to do it before getting Bulgaria to join the Axis. Just for the sake of time, I want to conquer Greece and Yugoslavia as soon as possible. So we're going to roll. And if we roll a 1, the attempt succeeds and Yugoslavia becomes an Axis nation. If it fails, it's going to become an allied nation. So we'll go ahead and do the die roll. And we roll a 5, so it fails. So now Yugoslavia is officially joining the Axis. Or excuse me, joining the Allies. And we'll go ahead and deploy the Yugoslavian units. So their production is at 1. So we got to calculate how much production they've had since October of 1939. So 3 months in September 1939, 12 months for 1940. So we're at 15, plus January at 16 in total. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And so what we'll go ahead and do is build up 1 unit at full strength. I'll put it in Belgrade. And then the remaining units, it's kind of hard to defend Yugoslavia because we need to trace national supplies to Britain. And right now it can only go through Greece or Yugoslavia, or Bulgaria rather. So I realized this is kind of a problem for the Axis. It's a bit of a problem. Let's see. We'll put 2 units there. Yeah, we have to defend. So right now, the only supply path for the for Yugoslavia is this road that's going through Belgrade and it's going through Bulgaria, and then it goes through Turkey and it goes all the way around. Yeah, the Axis are going to probably have to wait another turn before we can successfully conquer Yugoslavia. So not an easy thing to do to conquer Yugoslavia. It looks like we're going to have to spend some resources doing that. And then that's going to be it for the Soviets and the Axis. The Soviets are going to pass their turn. We're going to switch over to the Axis now. And we're going to start doing diplomatic or supreme moves. We'll start with OKW. What I'm going to do is move this 47th Panzer Corps into Belgrade, or near Belgrade. It's mud, so we can only move it 1 unit forward. And then that's one strategic move. We'll move this Italian unit and invade Yugoslavia from the south, counting off one of the routes of supplies. And then we'll move this infantry unit forward to Tirana. So that's 3 strategic moves. I think I want to move this additional unit. I think I want to put it near Belgrade as well. So I think what I'll do is I'll move this unit here, and then I'll move this unit via rail and move it like so right there. And that way we're in range of Belgrade. The Yugoslavians could respond. So actually, no. What we'll do is just move one unit forward right there. So yeah, that's 3 strategic moves. I think we'll go ahead and put an HQ in range. So we'll move this unit via rail. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. We can only have 4 German units in Romania at any given time. Yeah, and then I think next turn we're guaranteed to cut off Belgrade, which will be really good. Put it out of supplies. We could try to move these Italian units and invade Yugoslavia from the east, or from the west rather. I think we'll just move in 1 unit forward. So all these areas surrounding it are going to now be access controlled. That's going to help a lot in the future for supply moves. But of course, Belgrade is kind of the bottleneck of supplies. So there's that. Let's see what else. So we did 4 strategic moves for the axis. And let's see, we did 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 5 strategic moves rather. I think we'll move 1 infantry unit into Tirana via sea. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's it for OKW. And then as far as OKH goes, I think what I'm going to do is make some adjustments on the Eastern Front and start getting our forces built up a little bit more along the border. So I'll move these 2 corps forward like so. That's 2 strategic moves. Move an infantry unit forward here. That's 5, 6. And then, or 4, 5 rather. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4. We've done 4 so far. And then I think the last 2 we'll do is move these 2 units via rail. And they're gonna move via rail, and then they're gonna go to the bottom of Western Poland. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 strategic moves right there. All of them on the Eastern Front. That way we have, we're trying to build up as many units as we can against the Soviets. And then we still have a lot of units over here to move over. So that's it for the Axis. We'll switch over to the British. And now the British could try to do, could move some Yugoslavian units around. The problem is that, oh, we didn't do this battle here. Double defense, no hits. We almost scored a hit there, but we needed to score 3 hits because it has triple defense. It would have had double defense, triple defense because it's unsupported combat. So that is gonna, so basically no breakthrough happens there. But now we want to secure Yugoslavia. The problem, of course, is that these units here. We gotta protect this road from Belgrade to Sofia, basically, and we don't have enough units to guarantee its protection. I think we do, actually. Yeah, actually we do. So what I'll do is go ahead and activate this British HQ. We got 4 supreme moves. We're gonna move 1 unit here, 1 unit there, and then the last unit will go here, and this road should be now protected. Guaranteed that it's protected. And then the last move we'll do is I think I'll go ahead and move this British HQ unit via rail and move it to Dover, like so. So it's next to this amphibious unit so that we can use it for amphibious operations. Go ahead and deactivate the British HQ. All right, we'll now move on to the next fortnight. The Soviets are going to pass, so we'll switch over to the Axis. And the Axis really don't have any strategic moves. We spent all our strategic moves, so we don't actually have any on this turn. So there's that. We'll switch back to the British. And now I think we're going to go ahead and pass on the British turn and go ahead and do their production for February. Now we have 12 on the Western Front. We're going to go ahead and save those 12. And we'll move this over to March. 15 on the Mediterranean front. We'll roll 3 dice for that. We get 11 again. I think we'll go ahead and just build up this unit here. Cost 9. The remaining 2 we're going to have to simply toss out. Because there's really not much else that we can build up. We could build up these other units. But we'll go ahead and build up this mech unit and prioritize that mech unit build. And then, British production is technically actually at 13 since Yugoslavia is British controlled, or Allied controlled rather. And then now, what else are we going to do? We'll switch over to Allied Axis production now. It's still at 82. So we'll go ahead and build up these 2 HQs. Now we're down to 62. Build up this mech unit down to 56. And then focus on more HQ builds. Build up this HQ. Now we're down to 46. I think we'll build up these militia units. Now we're down to 40. So we can build up 10 steps. And let's do that. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 more steps that we can build up. I think we'll go ahead and build up 1 here. 5. Maybe build up these 2. And I think we should build up 1. No, maybe we should build up these 2. We have 4 left to build. All our ground units are looking pretty strong. We have 3 more left to build. So let's go 1, 2, and then we got 1 more. Let's build up Brest, 3, like so. And actually, what I'll do is I'll cancel those last 2 builds. And I'll cancel this Narvik build. Go ahead and build up this area Ostend. And then the last 2 remaining, we'll go ahead and build up these Italian units, like so. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and cancel this build here, and we'll build up this unit here. We got to make sure that Holland, the Netherlands rather, is well protected. And now we really want to get a conquest of Yugoslavia as soon as possible. We'll do a die roll to get Bulgaria to join the Axis. It's only going to occur in a roll of a 1, which is pretty low. And we didn't get anything there. We'll switch over to the Soviets. We'll do the diplomatic event for the Soviets, and that also still fails. Okay, so that's going to be unfortunate. It's the second fail. Soviet production is at 20, and I think we're going to have to, unfortunately, start building up our HQ and really just start deploying our units, getting them in better position. So as much as I want to wait, I don't think we can. I'll go ahead and build up. This unit costs 4, and then we'll build up the Stavka HQ. So with that, we'll start the Soviet turn. We're going to activate Stavka, and we're going to start transferring over reinforcements from Finland over to the Western Front. So these are 3 strategic moves. And so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put one there. Another full strength infantry unit. I think we'll put it in Polotsk. Leave it there. And then we got this one more mech unit. And I got to figure out where I want to put this mech unit. I'm thinking about putting it in Jelgava or maybe bordering. Yeah, I think I want to put it in Jelgava. No, I think we'll hold off on that. We'll do another strategic move with this infantry unit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll put it there. And I think, yeah, it seems to be reasonable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, so we'll do 8, go 9, 10 like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4 strategic moves. Where to put this other mech unit? Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and put it in Jelgava. So actually, I'll put this unit here, and then this other unit, this weaker unit, we'll bring it back and leave it at Jelgava. The idea is that we're putting double defense along this entire border against the German units. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 strategic moves. And then another one will be 5. And then we'll move a mech unit there, 6. That's pretty good. Pretty good strategic setup for the Soviets. Definitely an improvement. And then we'll go ahead and deactivate Stavka. And then now we'll switch over to the Axis. Now we do new dice rolls to determine weather. On the Western Front, since it's February, it's a 50-50 chance for dry or mud. It's mud because it's an odd roll. And so now we got to figure out what's the game plan here. Unfortunately, we cannot cut off Yugoslavia, but I'm thinking let's transfer over some reinforcements. So I'm going to go ahead and activate OKH. We're going to move this mountain unit, and we're going to put it near Belgrade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm thinking also maybe moving Army Group South as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 3 strategic moves spent. 2 on the Eastern Front because it's on the other front. It's at half efficiency, and then this 1 unit. So that's 3 strategic moves. And then I think we probably want to then move this unit forward, get it closer to Belgrade. And again, the game plan here is to conquer Belgrade as soon as possible. The sooner we conquer Belgrade, the better. And then I'm thinking maybe move up another infantry unit forward and put it here, so that on the next turn we can start cutting off Belgrade supplies. Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strategic moves. And then we got one more strategic move left. We'll go ahead and move up Army Group E. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and put it right there. So pretty good defense of the Western Front. And we're almost ready to reinforce the Eastern Front. Still need more time. But priority number one right now for the Axis is to conquer Belgrade. And I don't want to wait another turn. I really want to be able to conquer Belgrade as soon as possible. So we'll go ahead and deactivate OKH. And we'll now switch over to the British. I think the British are going to pass because this HQ is at level 1. Now, we could do an amphibious operation, but we want to wait until the 2nd Cavalry, Canadian Corps rather, is built at full strength. So we're going to wait on that. So the British are going to pass. We'll move on to the next fortnight. The Soviets are going to pass. We're going to switch over to the Axis. And we'll do a roll for weather. It is even. Excellent. And so now we have clear weather on the Western Front, and we're going to assault Belgrade. We're going to blitz on Belgrade. And we'll do a blitz marker. And so we're going to get as many units as we can to assault Belgrade. So the way I'm going to do it is move this infantry corps across, move this panzer corps forward, or maybe we'll attack with 2 panzer corps. I think we'll attack with 2 panzer corps. So this infantry unit, it's actually going to move, we'll move it, right here. This panzer corps will go 1, 2, 3 until Belgrade. This panzer corps will move across into Belgrade. Then we'll go ahead and activate OKW. Move this Met Corps into Belgrade as well. Because this unit has no river crossing, it's going to basically deny or deactivate the river assault that would have taken place at Belgrade. I wonder if this makes sense. I actually want to, no, we're gonna change this up a bit. I'm going to move this infantry unit over here. This armored unit will go 1, 2, 3 like so. I want to stack up as many units in Belgrade, and then this infantry unit will move like so right there. So that's a strategic move because it is out of command range. That's because this hex here was enemy controlled, and so they didn't link up. So that's one strategic move. What else? Let's see, what else can we do? Probably start transferring more units over to the Western Front, or Eastern Front rather. So we're going to have this unit as 2 strategic markers. And it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so that's so 3 strategic moves have been spent so far. I guess we'll move Army Group South. I'm actually going to move it to the south to support the conquest of Yugoslavia and Greece. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4 strategic moves have been spent. Then I'll move up this last Panzer Corps here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like so. And so we have a lot of units built up on the, a lot of their Panzer Corps built up here in Prussia, which is really nice. Now, maybe we could have transferred more units to the south, but I think 2 Panzer Corps should be enough to conquer Belgrade and Belgrade and Greece. And that's it. Yeah, we've cut off Belgrade, and we should be able to overrun Belgrade. That's the idea. And I think we want to be able to overrun Greece pretty soon. You know, as by April we should have Greece overrun. That's the game plan. So we'll deactivate OKH, and then clear strategic moves, and we'll go ahead and do the Battle of Belgrade. Let's see here, with air support, triple fire. Start with air support. We score 3 hits, so 1 hit, 1.5 hits on Belgrade. The Belgrades roll and they score 2 hits. That's really good for the defenders. We'll roll Panzer Corps, scoring 2 more hits. So we've scored 5 hits in total. We just need to score 1 more hit. The 2nd Panzer Corps misses the infantry roll and they score a hit just like that. Excellent. So we've taken Belgrade. We'll update the production. Belgrade has been conquered, so all these other units are going to surrender. We still have to do this battle here. It rolls 1, misses. We score no hits, so the blitz was kind of redundant. But let's see, where do I want to? Yeah, the blitz was sort of a redundant move. But let's see. I really don't need this blitz icon anymore. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we'll just pass. I don't want to do another round of combat because all these other Yugoslavian units are going to surrender anyways, and all the remaining Yugoslavian units are going to become Axis controlled. So we really don't have to worry about that. So good assaults. We did suffer some casualties, of course. But overall, good assault. We kind of wasted 10 production points there, unfortunately. But I think, I don't know if I want to deploy the Panzer Corps in another direction or what. I don't think so. So I think we'll pass. Just simply deactivate this HQ. I very rarely do that, but I guess we're just going to go ahead and do that because there's really no need to move any more units. Yeah, I mean, ideally, we just want to get them bordering against Greece, and we can't even get them to move there. They're not in range, so we'll go ahead and deactivate that. And then that's it for the Axis. We'll switch over to the Allies. And the Allies are going to pass since this HQ is under strength. Actually, what we'll do is go ahead and activate this Mediterranean Theater HQ and start moving reinforcements. This Anzac group, for example, can move from Karachi, which is modern-day Palestine. Not Palestine, excuse me, Pakistan. And we'll go ahead and move it from Karachi to Somaliland. Actually, no, we have to, yeah, move it to Somaliland, like so. So that's 1 supreme move. Go ahead and deactivate it. And now we can go ahead and do the Allied production. So now we have 25 production points available. This HQ is at full strength, so we'll go ahead and build this HQ up. That's going to be 10. Build up this mech units. Build up 2 mech units, in fact. That's going to be 12 total, so that's 22 production points. And then the last remaining one, I think we're going to go ahead and build up one of these militia units. build up the Liverpool Home Guard unit. And then 3 dice for the Mediterranean front. That's at 8 production points. We can't do much with 8, so I'm going to go ahead and save those and move it to April. So this will be called Mediterranean front 8 production points, and we'll go ahead and save that. We'll now switch over to the Axis production. The production is now at 83 production points. Oh, and we forgot to remove these units. All these units surrender. Now that Belgrade is Axis controlled, go ahead and do Axis production. Build up these 2 HQs, build up this HQ, build up this HQ, that's 40. We're now down to 43 production points. Build up this mountain unit. So from 43 down to 38. Build up this Panzer Corps. Now we're down to 30 production points. Build up this mech unit. Now it's down to 24 production points. And then we got some reinforcements, German reinforcements, a lot of reinforcements. We actually had some reinforcements in February that I forgot to deploy. So we'll go ahead and deploy this unit here into the North African theater, and then deploy this new mech corps. Let's see, I'll put this in Warsaw. We've got more Panzer Corps, put 2 up here in the north. Actually, no, we'll put 2 of them, one in the north, 1 mech corps in the north. These 2 mech corps will go in Warsaw. All right. Yeah, that seems pretty good. So we're definitely approaching summer 1941. It's coming around pretty quickly, so we kind of have to hurry up. With 24 production points, keep building up our infantry. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for infantry on the Eastern Front. Build up these 2 guys, 5, 6. All right. And now we just need to conquer Greece. We want to be able to conquer Greece as soon as possible. We'll do a diplomatic event to see if Bulgaria joins the Axis. Yeah, it does not, because Greece is still neutral. So that nothing happens there. But that is it for Axis production. We still have a lot more units to transfer over to the Eastern Front. Switch over to the Soviet side. The Soviets are at 20 production points. Do the diplomatic events for the S2 reform. And still another fail. Dang it, it's failed 3 times. I think it's failed 3 times. Yeah, so we needed a... Yeah, so the Soviets are definitely falling behind right now as far as reinforcements and whatnot go. We'll go ahead and build up Stavka, which it costs 15 production points. And then we have 5 left. And I think with that 5 remaining, we'll go ahead and build up this army group. Yeah, so the Soviet situation is not looking ideal. We had 1 reinforcement from February. Not sure where to put it. Kind of want it as an armored reserve. I'll put it in Gomo. We have another reinforcement in March. We'll put this unit in Vinica. And then now we'll roll for weather for March. Which is either going to be mud or snow, and it's odd, so it's snow. Go ahead and activate Stavka, and we're going to now transfer some units around. We'll put 1 infantry unit here, move another armored unit here. So now the southern front, the southwestern front, or southwestern military district, and the southern military district are both in pretty good position. Then I'll go ahead and move this cavalry and move it via rail. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put it in Grodno. So that's 7. So we've done 3 strategic moves so far. The next strategic move, I'll move this 20th group into this clear terrain and basically try to establish a Stalin line. That's the idea. I'm wondering if I should double fortify this area over here, but the southern flank is a bit vulnerable, so I think I might leave it as it is. Or maybe pull it back to Slutsk. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5. And then the last strategic move I want to do is, I don't think there's any additional strategic move I want to do. Maybe move this armored unit and put it in Zlobin, like so. Or maybe we'll put it in Bobruisk. Actually, we'll actually move it up via rail and have it fortify Slutsk as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strategic moves for the Soviets. All right. Deactivate Stavka. So that's it for the Soviets. I think the Soviets are in a pretty good position for Operation Barbarossa. I think this is pretty much as good as it's going to get. The only problem right now is that we need these Soviet strategic reserves being deployed. And right now we're in March, and we haven't had a single one deployed. We're not going to be able to deploy all 5 before Operation Barbarossa. So that's unfortunate. But we can still have a few deployed. It's not a big deal if they're not all deployed, but it can have some effect on Operation Barbarossa. We're now going to switch over to the Axis, and now what we're going to do is activate OKW, and I'm going to get all these units to border Greece, and the game plan is to invade Greece as swiftly and as quickly as possible. So what I'll do, let's see, I got to figure out how to set this up. We'll move this HQ unit. Strategic movement spent. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put it in Tirana. That's 1 strategic move. Maybe move this infantry unit here. And do another strategic move here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put it in south of Albania in Valone or Valone. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Let's find out. I'm curious to know if it's Valone or Valone.
Valone.
Yep, it's Valone. All right. So that's 2 strategic moves. And then the remaining 4, I'm going to move, let's see. I think I might even cancel that move. We'll move this 8th Infantry Italian Army, march it forward here. Then we'll put the 2 Panzer Corps. So we've done 3 strategic moves. We'll put the 2 Panzer Corps I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. We could only stack 2 units in these mountainous terrain. So that's 5 strategic moves. And then the last strategic move I'll do is I think we'll move new HQ, Army Group Center. I think we're going to declare war on Greece on the next turn. That's the idea. So I want to make sure I have a full strength HQ available for that. Strategic move spent, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strategic moves with OKW. Now, could I spend OKH as well to transfer these two units over? I can, but since we kind of have a bit of a traffic jam right now, I don't think there's a need. We're looking pretty good. Actually, this Italian unit, I'm going to leave it over here in Tirana instead. And then what else? I think we'll save up on OKH, but ideally we start transferring over more units. These 3 infantry units I'm seeing could be transferred over to the Eastern Front. And let's see, Army Group North had about 6 corps, so right now it could use 1 more. Army Group Center had about 9 infantry corps, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Army Group Center could use the 3 remaining corps. And then Army Group South had about 6 corps, and right now they have 6 infantry corps. So that's looking pretty good. So yeah, we're definitely building up. The momentum is shifting. So with that, we'll now switch over to the Allied production. And the British, let's see, I think I'm going to try to get this HQ over to Gibraltar. That way it can operate at full efficiency in the Mediterranean front. And it'll be easier to transfer these units over. So we'll go ahead and activate it. We're going to spend 2 supreme moves in the Mediterranean front, transferring a unit over. I think we'll move this Anzac group. We only can do 1 strategic move because it's at half efficiency. We'll move it over to the Suez Canal. And then the remaining 2 are actually going to be spent on getting this HQ over to Gibraltar. So that's going to be 1, 2 additional supreme moves spent. So we've spent 4 in total. And then the last one will be the one that it already has by default. It's going to move into the Atlantic Ocean and then finally land in Gibraltar, like so. So that's it for the British. Move on to the next fortnight. The Soviets are going to pass, but now the Axis, I think we're going to declare war on Greece and conquer Greece. So let's go ahead and deploy the Greek forces for that. Pro-Ally neutrals. The Greece have 2 production per month since September 1939. So October, November, December of 39, that's 3 months, plus the full year of 1940, that's 12. That's going to put us at 15 production points. And then 3 more months for 1941. And so that's going to put us at, what is that? I think it's 18 production points in total. Divide that, or 18 months worth of production rather, and we're going to multiply that by 2. That's 36. 36 divided by 4 leaves us at 9. So we have 9 production points available. We'll go ahead and build up one of these mountain units, which costs 5 production points, and then build up a militia unit, which costs 3 production points. And so now we got to figure out the Greek defensive strategy. We could either set up a defense bordering northern Greece, right? But it leaves the Peloponnese Peninsula vulnerable to an amphibious invasion. And if we lose Athens, we lose Greece. And so what I'm going to do instead is actually have these units fall back, and we're going to simply fortify the Peloponnese Peninsula. Yeah, we're going to establish a defense there. All right. And now we'll switch back to the Axis and we'll start the invasion. Now, with this defense, our objective is Athens. So the most direct route, of course, is through, central Greece, attacking. I think it's called Thebes. It's hard to see. Yeah, Thebes or Thebes. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. We can find out.
Thebes.
Yep, it's pronounced Thebes. So we're going to go ahead and activate Army Group Center. And we're going to get one Panzer Corps to attack. We can only send one Panzer Corps at a time. Oh, we also can roll to see if Bulgaria joins the Axis. And so there's an alliance reaction table. And France is defeated. And so the new nation that's belligerent is Greece. And now we look at the Bulgaria table. And you can see there's a star there. And it basically indicates that it joins the Axis in all cases. So if we roll a 2 or a 1, Bulgaria will join the Axis. And it's a 6, so Bulgaria does not. So the way I'm going to do it, I think, I'm going to maybe do an amphibious invasion at Kalamata. We do have the surprise advantages, so they will not be able to repulse the landing. The only problem, of course, is that our infantry unit is going to have to stay there for several turns, and it may go out of supplies. Plus, it costs 2 HQs. Since we're attacking through 2 basins, we have to do a blitz amphibious invasion. So it's quite a costly amphibious invasion. But the idea is that we are able to put that HQ out of supplies. I think that's the idea. Or put Athens out of supplies. We block off the supply route for Athens, but we only can do it for 3 turns, presuming that what's it called? I think we're going to go for it, but presuming that we can reach Athens in 3 turns. So we're not going to blitz. I'll get this infantry unit to march. Get this infantry unit to march as well. It's going to stop in mountainous terrain. Activate this HQ. It's going to be an invasion HQ. And it's going to be a blitz HQ as well. So it's blitz and invasion. And then we're going to go ahead and now deploy this unit across the Baltic Sea, or Adriatic Sea rather, and then all the way to the Ionian Sea, and we're going to go here. It would have had a sea assault, but because of the surprise advantages, there is no problem with that. And then the only thing left to do, we'll move this mech unit forward. It's going to have to stop here because of mountainous terrain. And I'm thinking maybe we do a strategic move and get these 2 units to put them in range. I probably should have the marker indicated that this unit marched. And yeah, this unit deployed. I don't know why I deleted all those markers. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and activate OKH and strategically move these 2 units via rail, and we can put them in Salonika since it wasn't within range. And that's a pretty good place to put them. So let's go ahead and do that. 2 rail moves. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then we have 4 strategic moves left. Go ahead and move Army Group North. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then that's 4 strategic moves we spent, right? Is that right? I did 2 here. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. We have 4 left. Yeah, we'll keep it moving. So we'll go, that was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, put it in Königsberg. And then we'll move one more infantry unit. Let's go ahead and move this one. Actually, no, we'll leave it there. Yeah, we'll do this guy here. And it's going to go 1, oops. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, like so. Actually, probably better if we move it to the north, I'm thinking. Yeah, let's move it to the north. So let's start that all over. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. And that's going to be it for OKW. Still have to do more adjustments over here for sure, like moving up this Panzer Corps, getting these Panzer Corps to move to the south, putting them in range. And then, of course, we have to transfer all these groups back to the north. So we're definitely on a very crunch deadline right now for strategic moves. But that's it for movement. We'll do an airstrike here. Let's do this amphibious invasion over here. It's only a 1. They miss. We roll 3. If we score double fire, which we did not, we would have actually neutralized that unit. Now we'll do the Battle of Thebes with air support, scoring 1 hit. Very nice. Defenders roll. They score a hit. Ouch. And now we roll 3, scoring only 1 hit. Okay. And then this was a Blitz HQ, so we'll deactivate that. And then we'll go ahead and deactivate Armed Group Center. And that's going to conclude the German turn. Pretty interesting turn. But we are now invading Greece. British are going to gain production. They're going to go up to 14 on the Western Front because Athens provides 2 production points. And now we'll switch over to the, did we roll? I don't think we rolled weather on the Eastern Front on the second fortnight, but it was still snow, and the Soviets passed. We'll now switch over to the Allies. I don't think we're going to do any production on this turn for the Allies, any moves. This HQ is under strength, but we'll go ahead and switch the month of April and do the production now. So let's see. The British production is at 14 now because Greece is now allies. So we'll gain 10 there. The last remaining 4, we'll go ahead and build up this infantry unit. 15 on the Mediterranean front. We'll roll 3. That's going to be 11. Plus the 8 that we had before, that's 19. Go ahead and build up this Mech Corps, which cost 9. And then we'll go ahead and build this HQ, which costs 10, like so. So that's it for the British. We'll now do Soviet production because the Eastern Front is guaranteed to have mud, and the Axis have the initiative when it comes to mud. So they get to roll first on the next turn. We're still doing that diplomatic event for the Soviets. We'll go ahead and do that. It's another 6, and they've failed 3 times, meaning that it's 6 minus 3. They failed a 4th time. My goodness, it was another fail. And actually, I just realized that this should say February 1941. All these markers should say 1941. Not 1940. And I could have put a marker for YX failed, and I think that was in January. Yeah, YX January 41 fail, like so. And then technically we also had fails for the Bulgaria joining the axis as well, but I don't think I'll include those since there's no kind of effect of die rolls in the consecutive turns. But this was fail number 3. So wait, let's see. They all say February. Okay, so January, February. This should say March. And this is third fail. And then now this is going to be April 41. And this is the fourth fail, meaning that next turn we are guaranteed to have the Soviets receive those reinforcements. So as far as production goes, we're going to keep building up Stavka. We spent a lot on building up Stavka. It's pretty pricey. And then we'll go ahead and build up this infantry unit. That's 19. We'll see what Soviet reinforcements we get in April. We do get a few more. Put this this basically amphibious Soviet infantry unit in Odessa. And then we've got one more armored unit to put. And I think the front line looks pretty good. I'm not sure where to put it. I'm thinking maybe we'll put it in Vinica right there. And just kind of, have a unit nearby this southern HQ. So that's the idea. All right, so there's that for the Soviets. The Soviets are definitely behind compared to the historical setup. But that's what happens with these die rolls. We'll now switch over to Axis production. And now the Axis are definitely in high tide. We're at 83 production points. I think did I do Mediterranean front production? I think I did not. I think I've been skipping Mediterranean front production. Let's do roll 4. They gain another 10. I guess we'll cancel that build. And we'll build up this mech unit. Yeah, I think I skipped their production. And we don't have space to put any more reinforcements. We can only stack up 3 units in the Mediterranean front. So we're definitely a little bit behind with the Axis setup right now in the Mediterranean front. But anyways, 83 production. We'll go ahead and spend these 2. That's going to be OKH and OKW. That's 10. Build up these 3 HQs. So that's 50. We're now down to 33 production. Oh, this unit is actually out of supplies. So actually, it is actually going to be reduced by 1. Forgot to do that on the allied turn. We're at 33 production. Let's see what else can we build up. Well, we got a lot of armored units to build up right now. These armored units definitely need to be built up. So 1, 2, 3, that's 24 production. Meaning we have 9 production points left. Go ahead and build up one of these mech units. And then I think, what else? We have 3 left. Maybe if we cancel this HQ build, I kind of want to save it in case we need to conquer Athens further. So with 3 left, I think the only thing really to build up is, to build up this militia unit here. Not much else to build up. Yeah, there's that. We'll roll to see if we can get Bulgaria to join the Axis, and it is a roll of a 1. So Bulgaria does join the Axis. We do gain 1 more production point, and we'll now see the setup for Axis reinforcements. The production is at 1. So how many months have gone by? 15 for 1939 and 1940 combined, plus another 4 for the month of for the year of 1941. So that is 19 production points in total. 19 divided by 4 is what is that? It's a little over 4. It's like 4 point something. 4.75. So that's enough to build up 1 infantry step. We'll go ahead and build up that. And then we'll deploy the Bulgarian units. We'll put them like this, like so. They're going to basically move into northern Greece, protect this kind of flank of northern Greece. They're not really doing too much besides that. And then ideally, we only have, we have more reinforcements to set up for the Germans. This unit, I don't have space to reinforce it, so we're going to have to wait. But now we'll go ahead and start the turn for the Axis. It's mud on the Eastern Front. And so I think what I'm going to do is activate OKW and just shift some units around here in the Northern Front, or the Eastern Front rather. These 2 units can move here. This mech unit can also move over here as well. This is a rail move. And then let's see. We're looking good on infantry. Looking good on armor. Oh, let's do this move. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 strategic move, and then move another armored unit forward. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strategic moves. And then I think the last strategic move, maybe move this mech unit somewhere. I'm not sure where to put it. Doesn't really matter. I think we can leave it there in Warsaw. But I don't know, maybe move up this infantry unit to Königsberg. Go ahead and put that there. Yeah. That's 6 strategic moves. And then for OKW, you know, we definitely want to get 2 more infantry units transferred over. The only problem I see right now is that I feel like our defense of the Western Front is a bit weak. If the British decide to launch an amphibious invasion, there is a chance that they can break through. And if they do break through, well, we're in a bit of a doo-doo situation on the Western Front. But I think I might have to take on that risk anyways. Now we could presumably conquer. We might be able to conquer Greece on this turn. If we break through in Thebes on this next turn, we might be able to conquer Greece very soon, very quickly. So I think what I'm going to do is activate Army Group South here, and we're going to blitz. And what I'll do is go ahead and move this other armored unit in. We're gonna go all in with armor. These 2 infantry units can move in like so. Actually, I'll go ahead and move this infantry unit to Salonika, just to protect that port, and then move this infantry unit forward. And then this HQ is also going to move up forward. And then, we actually can also move up this mech unit there. And then this Army Group G, I think we're going to move it forward. Unless we want to do another amphibious invasion, which is another possibility. I think we're going to move it here anyways, and just kind of put it in range. But we're going to go all out on Thebes. We could use a breakthrough there. If we break through here, we've conquered Greece pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and save OKW for now. I don't think we need to spend it. But we're almost in position for an invasion of operation of the Soviet Union, basically. So that's it for the Axis. We'll do this Mediterranean front move. Go ahead and activate this theater HQ. Go ahead and move this 20th Italian Mech Corps and put it in Benghazi, like so. There we go. All right, and now the weather is clear on the Mediterranean, on the Western Front rather, since we're in March. We're actually in April. And let's see how this battle goes. Battle of Thebes. Airstrikes, scoring 3 hits. Nice. I think we're going to break through. Oof, the Greeks score 1 hit though. And then now we roll 3. There we go. Boom, we got these, the 4th hit. Just like that, we've broken through at Thebes. Excellent. All right. And now we'll do the blitz phase. And this should be pretty straightforward. Just move this Italian unit into Athens. We're not going to send the Panzer Corps in because now Greece is basically guaranteed to run out of supplies. I think they're going to run out of supplies pretty soon. In 2 turns, they're going to run out of supplies. So we'll see. I think we may have to wait a little bit more. But in the meantime, I'll move this Army Group G forward. And then I think the remaining units, move this Italian mech units, 1, 2, 3 as well. And then I think I don't think we need his mountain corps. I'm going to move it north. Then let's see, we'll leave Army Group G here. But the idea is that we can get some units moving north as much as possible. And we should have enough HQs to move these units north. The Panzer Corps are the only question is are we going to assault with the Panzer Corps on the next turn? That's the only question we have. Or should we assault? Also keep in mind that this Italian unit could reinforce Athens, so that might be a problem as well. We're gonna have to wait and see, but for now the situation is looking pretty good. I guess I'll move the 2 Panzer Corps a little bit more to the north. They should be in range. And then this mech unit, what I'll do, let's go 1, 2, 3, put it in Agrignon, kind of protect that flank there. And that's it for the Axis. Oh, and then also I forgot to move these. I could have moved this Bulgarian unit forward. When I could have moved it, but I forgot. Dang nabbit. Now I think we're gonna have to wait on next turn to do that. So yeah. Anyways, we'll have an airstrike here of 2, and we'll go ahead and do the Battle of Athens now. I think this unit is technically reduced by 1, isn't it? Or is that on I think it's the end of this turn, right? I think it's at the end of this turn that happens. So let's do the Battle of Athens. We scored 1 hit with air support. Greeks score no hits. Let's see if we can score a hit. Oh, we do not. Dang it. I probably should have sent the Panzer Corps in. But that was that. That's going to conclude the battle. No hits on either side. And now we're going to have to check. This unit is on siege supplies. So basically, all these other units are now out of supplies. All these remaining Greek units are out of supplies, and technically a unit that's in siege supplies is reduced to a level 1. So we are going to have to assault with the panzers, basically. I probably should have assaulted with the panzers there. So technically this unit is out of supplies. All right, so now we'll switch over to the Allied side. Well, I guess we'll do the Allied side, then the Soviets. This unit's going to be reduced by 1, this unit's reduced by 1, and this unit is reduced by 1 as well. And then now we'll activate this British HQ, and we could try to pull back this unit to Athens. It's not a bad idea if we do. And give the defenders a bit more, buy a little bit more time for the Allies, although it's pretty slim. I think we'll go ahead and do it anyways. So that's going to be 2 supreme moves, because we're operating at half efficiency in the main in the Western Front, and then we'll operate at full efficiency in the Mediterranean Front. And so we'll move 2 more units over. I think we'll go ahead and move, let's see. I think we'll move this 1 HQ forward, and then we'll move this infantry unit to Cairo, like so. And in this way, we're now just about ready to attack Ethiopia. We'll switch to the Soviet side. And I think the Soviets are going to pass on production, or pass on movement rather. Not really any other units to shift around or move around. Yeah. No, yeah, so the Soviets are going to pass. And now we'll move on to the next fortnight, the second fortnight of April. So now we're going to attack. We probably should blitz just to really make sure that we clear this space of enemy defenders, because I think we still need to overrun Athens. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to blitz on Athens. The remaining HQs can now move forward, march away. We'll leave Army Group G nearby. We can also move this unit forward as well. That's going to be nice. That's going to be pretty handy. Oh, and this unit's reduced by 1. And then, let's see. And then I think on the next turn, we're going to do, deploy all these units to the Eastern Front. So we'll go ahead and deploy these 2 remaining corps. Oh man, let's see here. I'm looking for the shortcut, Shift X. And so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing more corps. Oh, okay, no, we're good. And then we'll do this one as well. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 4 strategic moves spent. And then I'm thinking, since we're going to attack with this mountain corps, I think we can move by rail, and also this HQ by rail. I don't think we're going to need it anymore. We're going to transfer it back to the what's it called? The Eastern Front. So I'm thinking, let's see, we can go. We can go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I think. So that's actually 2 strategic moves. Like so. And that's going to be it. I think we'll go ahead and deactivate OKW. I'm going to move it by rail back to Copenhagen, right there. And that's it. I think this mountain unit, I think we marched it up to Skopje. Let's see how much range it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. We only need 1 strategic move there. All right, and now for the final battle of Greece. It's this Battle of Athens. Put an airstrike marker there. Triple attack. And let's see how this battle goes. We need to score, it looks like we're going to have to score 4 hits to neutralize the Greeks. Airstrikes, scoring 3 hits, excellent. Basically neutralizing this unit. Greeks roll 1, they miss. Panzer Corps roll, they miss. Infantry roll, they score 1 hit as well. So we scored 2 hits, and just like that, you know, this unit is defeated. This militia unit's going to surrender because it's at level 0 in a combat. And just like that, we've secured Athens. We didn't even need to blitz. But I was pressed for time, so I felt the need to blitz. Axis are going to gain 2 more production points. Oh, and I forgot to, again, deploy these these Bulgarian units. Oh, well. And then this Greek unit's going to also surrender. That Italian unit is saved. And then the Allies lose 2 production points. Like so. And then we can do a blitz phase. And we'll go ahead and move this unit forward by march it by 1. Panzer Corps can move up. 1, 2, 3, like so. This unit can move up by 1. This unit will move up. Oh, I see. We'll put it here. Then what else? That's it. Deactivate this HQ. And then march it over there. And so now we've got not too many more units to move around strategically. We should be able to get our units to arrive in time to the Eastern Front, which is really good to see. We got 1 more month of May for full mobilization or strategic moves, and then June is the month for Operation Barbarossa. Very good. All right, so like that, we conquered Greece. The Soviets are going to pass. Let's just double check. And then, yep, their Stavka's at full strength. We want to make sure that's the case. And then, well, now let's see. The British are going to pass as well. Since we already used this HQ, forgot to deactivate it. And, oh, what we'll do with the British is activate this theater HQ, and we're going to pull back this Western Defense Force, and we're going to move it down to Sudan. So it's 1, this is a strategic rail move. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to move it into the other map. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a rail move of 5. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll go ahead and deactivate this HQ, and it's also going to move via rail. So that's 1, 2. And then additional 5 more rail moves. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we're in range to attack Ethiopia like that. All right. And now we'll go ahead and do Allied production. And so Allied production is, I think it's going to be 12 for the Western Front. We'll go ahead and save those until June. We'll save that. And then, or maybe we go ahead and spend it. I mean, most of our units are looking pretty strong right now. We got to build up this mech unit, though. Maybe, no, I think we go ahead and save. Then, let's see, Mediterranean front production. We probably should do a transfer. I think we can only do, we have to wait until every summer to transfer. So we have to wait until next turn to do any more additional transfers to the Mediterranean front as far as increasing production. You can initially increase it by 15, and then after that, increments of 5 for every season. So we'll do this, 10 production points. We'll go ahead and spend it. I kind of want to spend it on this Mediterranean front, but we don't have any other units to build. So the wisest thing to do would be to build up this HQ. I think we're going to go ahead and save. Yeah, we'll go ahead and save for the British. We'll switch over to now the Soviets. And the Soviet production is at 20 still. We probably still want to build up more HQs, like build up this Baltic HQ, and then maybe just build up one more infantry. Which infantry do we want to build up? Probably going to build up this one here in Brest-Litovsk. And then we've got some reinforcements for the Soviets. These units are going to go in, whatchamacallit, in Riga. And now we can do the S2 roll. It's guaranteed for May. It's going to work. Because even if we roll 6, 6 minus 4 fails is 2, satisfying the conditions for the diplomatic event, which we go here for the diplomatic event. It's a roll of 1 or 2 for the S2 reform. Here it is. And it's a roll of 1 or 2, so it's a guarantee. And so now the Soviet Soviet HQs are now reduced. But I think next turn we probably want to build up armored units or build up infantry units, build up more mech units. So we'll see how it goes. But as far as strategic moves go, I don't think there's really much more I want to do with the Soviets. I realize there's no units in Leningrad. So we'll put a reinforcement in Leningrad, but there really isn't much more to build up. Or to strategically move around, rather. So there's that. That's it for the Soviets. We'll switch over to the Axis. Their production now is a little bit higher. It's at 86 rather, and we still have 10 on the Mediterranean front. So I think what I'll do is I'll transfer 5 over to the Mediterranean front, so it's at 15. And now we roll 3 dice, and we get 16 production. Go ahead and build up the Africa Corps by 1. Build up this unit by 6. That's the 16. We also can now deploy the Desert Africa Force. It took us a while to do that, but we finally did. So that's 15 production points. Now we're at 81 for the remaining production, basically Western and Eastern Front production. Build up these 2 HQs. That's going to be 20. This HQ, that's going to be 30. This HQ as well, that's 40. So we have 41 production points left. Definitely want to build up armored units. So go 1, 2, 3. That's 24. Build up this mech unit. That's 30. Build up this mech unit. That's 36. Build up this infantry unit. That's 40. So we've just spent everything, pretty much, on HQs. Everything on HQs and ground units. And so that's a pretty good build. Pretty good build overall. Unfortunately, this HQ should be built up, but we're going to hold off on that. The idea being that we really maximize our units for Operation Barbarossa. So this is basically the last turn before we move on to the next season. We're going to go ahead and start the turn. We'll roll for weather on the Eastern Front, and it's still going to be mud. what I'm going to do is activate, let's see, I think we'll go ahead and just activate OKW. And then what we're going to do is move this German HQ to the north. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's 2 strategic moves. And we'll go ahead and do this one. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 3. Let's see, move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 4 so far. And I think this one will be double. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 right there. And actually what I'll do is make this not OKW, but rather OKH. And then what I'll do is deactivate OKH, and it's going to have it moved by rail and move it to Warsaw. That way it's ready for Operation Barbarossa. All right. So yeah, that was actually really good. Very neatly done. And now we're just about ready for Operation Barbarossa. We got a lot of units built up. Everything is looking pretty good. We'll switch over to the Allies now. Soviets are going to pass. And I think this is, I mean, if there's any chance right now to do an invasion, well, I guess we'll wait until next turn until this unit's built up at full strength. But we want to do an amphibious invasion operation against Pas-de-Calais, ideally. But it'd be nice if we actually had an amphibious marker available that we could use to act as a supply source once our units land. So we may have to wait until doing that. But you could, in theory, attack now and gamble that attack and see if it works. But you know, I think strategic wisdom suggests to wait. But there is kind of a gamble there to attack sooner, even if you're unprepared, because the defenders are also unprepared as well. That's the trade-off. But I think we're going to pass for the British. And I would have attacked Ethiopia, but this HQ is at level, it's still under strength. So we're going to have to wait another turn for that. So that's it. We're going to switch to the next fortnight, roll for weather on the Eastern Front, still mud. We're now going to, I could have also checked for storm tables. That's what I happen to build. But let's see, if it's a roll of a 5, it's Arctic Basin again. So we got storms in the Arctic Basin. All right, and then I think we're going to pass for the Axis and pass for the Soviets. Let's see what the Axis are going to do. I think we're going to pass for the Axis right now. I think all our units are in really good position. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Panzer Corps in the north. The Germans had 4 Panzer armies for Operation Barbarossa, each one comprised of about 2 to 3 Panzer Corps. So, 7 is the equivalent to about 3 Panzer armies. And then to the south, we have an additional 4 Panzer Corps. Those Panzer armies, that basically makes up another Panzer army, essentially, or Panzer army and a half, give or take. Because we have some mech units, in addition to the Panzer Corps, we have a very sizable motorized or mechanized formation, including the mech units. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Panzer, 13 basically either armored or mechanized corps. And if you divide that by 2, you're looking at about 6.5. And so I would say the German army right now is probably the equivalent of 5 to 6 panzer armies than what we had historically, which was 4 panzer armies. So, presumably, you know, 2 panzer armies are 3 corps each. So that would be 6. And then the remaining 7, maybe 3 panzer armies, so 3 corps each. So that's 9. And then you have 2 panzer armies that are 2 corps each. And so in total, you have about 5, I would say about 5 panzer armies. So 1 extra panzer army available for Operation Barbarossa compared to the historical setup. So that slight advantage, I think, is going to have a significant impact for the operation. We'll see how it goes. The dice are all over the place for the Eastern Front, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to pass through the Axis. There's no need to do any more strategic moves. Maybe we could shift around some units here. But ideally, we fortify these fortress units, make them a little bit beefier. I think would be the smartest move. And just ideally, we have a panzer army here in reserve, but we have nothing. I decided to include all our mech and mechanized formations and place them on the Eastern Front, which is a bit of a gamble in its own sense. And then, let's see, maybe I'll go ahead and activate this theater HQ and go ahead and move this Desert Africa Corps to Benghazi. I think I might do that. No, I think what I'll do is move the Africa Corps forward to Benghazi, like so. The Africa Army Group, that is, or Panzer, or Corps Group, rather. Gruppen, what's it called? Kampfgruppen, which I think were formations that were established later on in the war, but they were basically assault groups. We can actually look up, what were Kampfgruppen. Kampfgruppe. Oh, and we want this in English. My German is not so good. I have it in Dutch right now. Kampfgruppen was a temporary army unit of the Wehrmacht capable of independent operation. It was an ad hoc battle group whose size and composition could vary depending on the task and environment. Sometimes there were a few divisions, sometimes there were several corps. The Pieper's Kampfgruppen holds a prominent place in history of the Battle of the Bulge. So they were formed later on in the war is the main point. And we could ask ChatGPT, when were Kampfgruppen established? During World War II. Let's see. I believe it was like 1944 or 1943. But actually they became widely established and systematically used during early campaigns of World War II as well. But the practice intensified later in the war, as German units often lacked full-strength formations and needed highly flexible, improvised groupings to respond to rapid changing conditions. So they actually been around since the beginning of the war. But I'm curious to know why did their intensity increase? Why weren't they in greater volume in the beginning? And that's a big study for something like Operation Barbarossa, which was basically the most ambitious blitzkrieg operation of the war. And it's interesting to note that they didn't have this formation as common for such a large operation. How common were they for Operation Barbarossa? And I think the main reason why is because they had these panzer armies instead. It says they were very common, far more than an earlier campaign. It became a routine feature. Historians estimate most panzer divisions operated primarily through Kampfgruppen rather than their formal table of organization regiments. Infantry divisions formed Kampfgruppen frequently for breakthrough tasks, flank protection, pursuit, or rapid exploitation. They were so common in Barbarossa. So they were common in Barbarossa. They were highly mobile warfare, task-oriented doctrine. Soviet resistance varied, which was very complex, especially given how spread out the formations were. And the bottom line is that they were ubiquitous units. I'm not even sure what that means. Oh, they were found everywhere. They were not the exception. They were the primary way German forces actually fought, especially among mobile units. Fascinating. And so we're going to get a taste of that for Operation Barbarossa. This game does give you some sense of Operation Barbarossa, and you get a sense, a strategic sense, of the difference between something like Operation Barbarossa and, say, the Battle of France, where we saw, the battles were very concentrated, a lot of stacked up units. This time the fighting is going to be a bit more diluted, but we're going to have many more hexes in which the battles take place. So anyways, we're going to pass for the Axis on the second fortnight of 1941. We'll switch over to the Allies. The Soviets are going to pass as well. I think we're going to pass for the Soviets. Pretty sure. And now the question is, do we want to launch an invasion? I don't want to, because this unit is under strength. So I'm going to wait another turn, and we're going to get some more reinforcements on the next turn anyways. So yeah, we're going to hold off on any operations, but it's very tempting that we do. But of course, if I play against one of y'all, it's going to be a different experience. And I think we're going to now switch over to Allied production. The British gained 5 production points in the summer of 1941. You can verify that with this player aid table. Eurofront basic production table. You can see that it goes from -5 to 0 for summer 1941. We're going to transfer those to the the Mediterranean front. So the Mediterranean front is going to go up to 20. So we're still at 12 on the Western front. Now we're going to be at 24 for this month. We're going to spend 10 on HQs, leaving us with 14. And then the remaining, we're going to spend it 1 on this mech unit. So now we're down to 8, and we'll build up these 2 infantry units. And that's going to be the remaining 8 that are spent. And then what else? That's it for the British. For the Western Front, the Mediterranean Front, we roll 4 dice. We got a lot of production this time. 5, again, it's 5 production points for every die roll. So we get 9 plus 9, that's 18, plus the 10 that we had from the last turn, putting us at 28 production. That's very high for the Mediterranean front. Spending 5 here, puts us at 23, spending 10 here, and now we're at 13. And I think the remaining 13, we'll go ahead and build up infantry. 6 there, and another 6 here. So we had 1 production point left over. We'll simply toss that out. Make it negligible, but this way we have, we're just building up our forces for the campaign in Libya. We're not in position yet. Like I said earlier in one of my previous videos, we didn't do an Operation Compass this time around, but we are this time, when the British do show up, they're going to show up in full force, which is what I like about my strategic method, and trying to be as efficient as possible. We'll now do Soviet production, and Soviet production is at 20, and I think we're going to go ahead and spend it on ground units, build up this mech unit. Now we're down to 14. Let's see, maybe build up this infantry unit. Now we're down to 10, and I think the last 10 production points that I have, I'm going to spend it on a HQ instead of infantry units. I'm going to go ahead and build up this Western HQ. I think is what I'm going to do. We can also do SR, which is Soviet reinforcements, deploy strategic reserves, and basically, you can roll a 1 or a 3 when France is defeated. We had an opportunity a few months to do that, but we didn't. So you can also count the amount of Axis reserve units and divide that by 2. Basically, all the units that don't contribute to the frontline hex. And as you can count here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 reserve units. Divide that by 2, that's 14. We have to roll less than a 14. So we've got plenty. We're guaranteed to get Soviet reinforcements is the main point. And so we'll go ahead and deploy one Soviet unit and put it in Leningrad, like so. Just in case the Axis do an amphibious invasion, they could do a blitz amphibious invasion through the Gulf of Finland and go after Leningrad is a possibility, and we don't want to lose Leningrad so quickly. So there's that. The Soviet reserves are looking a little weak, in my opinion, but the front line is looking pretty good, I have to say. The question is can this front line hold against the German onslaught is the real question. And then that's it for Soviet production. We'll go ahead and now do Axis production. We're going to do transfer another 5 production points over to the Mediterranean front. And so I think now our production is at 76 for the Western and Eastern front, and it's going to be 20 for the Mediterranean front. So roll 4 for the Mediterranean front, and we get, what is that, 9? 6 plus 3 is 9. And we don't really have anything to build up here, so we'll save that production for July of 1941. So Mediterranean front, 9 PP plus production points. These 2 can be removed. And then, what else? Now we'll just focus on production still, building up as many ground units as we can. We still have some armored units to build up, a lot of armored units to build up, and we have 76 production points. So let's focus on HQs, build up 10 there, 20, 30, so that's 30 armored units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's 5 times 8, that's 40. So we've just spent 40. Plus another 30 on the ground units, and we have only 6. I think we have only 6 left. If we have 76 production, I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. So with that remaining 6, what do we build up? I mean, pretty much all our armored units are at full strength. This infantry unit is at level 2. It should be a little bit stronger than that. Go ahead and build up this mech unit, and I think that's it. I might cancel one of the armored builds, which I don't think is the wisest choice, but I'd rather have all my infantry at full strength. I think that's the idea. Because once the operation starts, it's very difficult to build up new units. Very difficult. Yeah, I think I'll cancel one of the armored builds. I guess I'll cancel, maybe cancel this armored unit in the north. And then go ahead and build up this infantry unit here, and then this infantry unit over here. And that's it for Axis production. Still nothing that we can do to build up the Western Front, which is shocking. But that's how it is. That's the kind of the gamble that the Axis are taking. Oh, and we have one more mech unit to build up. So I'll go ahead and build this guy up instead. Yeah. So almost all our units are at full strength for Operation Barbarossa, almost. But we had a lot of armored units to build up. We built up 4 armored units. That's 32 production points, plus infantry, that's 40, plus a mech unit, that's 46, and plus 3 HQs, that's 76. 76 production. And then as far as the Mediterranean front goes, we saved it for the next turn. And I think we do get a few more reinforcements for the Germans, including this new veteran unit for the Mediterranean front, or excuse me, the Northern front. We'll go ahead and put it in Oslo. And then we also get some more German infantry, so that's kind of handy. We get a few more German infantry units, and that way we can kind of like, fill in the gaps of this front line basically. Put in Cologne. Put these 2 units in Paris. And so, yeah, we are getting some substantial reinforcements that we can set up on the Western Front. So that's pretty good. And then I think the British actually get a few more reinforcements themselves that we did not set up. We have this paratrooper unit as early as May, so we'll go put that in London. And then we also get this British beachhead marker, which is going to be in prep status. And it costs 20 production points to put it at ready status. So we're almost there to having an available beachhead marker. And I think with that, we are now ready for the next sequence in the game. The Soviets are set up. Did I make sure to deploy the remaining Soviet reinforcements? We did. So the Soviets are set up. The Axis are set up. We are now ready to transition to the next phase of the conflict, Operation Barbarossa. It's probably my favorite, I should say the most fascinating period of the conflict. When it comes to studying World War II, I think the Eastern Front is incredibly fascinating. It's incredibly complex. And now we get to start that on the next turn. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. But this video was effectively the conquest of the Balkans and the build-up phase for the Eastern Front in the next period of the war. So as you can tell, if you couldn't tell already, I'm focusing on Eastern Front strategy rather than a Mediterranean Front strategy. And so with that, we'll stop the video here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Comments and questions below. Love hearing from you guys. And if you want to continue following the video series, stay tuned for more. And I'll see you Wargamers in the next video. Peace out.